Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis, and this is Kaon Reviews. Now, as you saw in the intro, today's review video is going to focus on Transformers Studio Series 86, number 17, Ironhide, as he appears in the Transformers the movie. Now, of course, for anyone that has been watching the reviews recently, there is a 2-pack coming out with the damaged version to Ironhide as well as Prowl. I have to say that's going to be a very heavy pass. Now, I wound up picking up this one at my local Target, and whoa, the minute I saw him, I knew I had the funds. I went ahead and splurged. Went ahead and just grabbed him. Because he is not exactly that easy to find. Now, I found him once at the local toy shop that's not very far from my house. You know, it's Atomic Toys and More off of Maine now. And I got a chance to see him there, and I was like, oh, if I had the funds, I would have got him. But this time around, Lady Luck was with me, and I was able to get him. So let's go ahead and take a look at him, and you have to excuse the ring light. But there is some really great artwork. As you can tell, I'm going to zoom in on the head sculpt. And look at that sculpt. Holy cow. It's, swear to God, it's like he's smiling at you. Oh, man. Now I'm going to put him back over here. There we go. And zoom out. Alright. Now, we're going to have a full body shot of him. You got the 86 on this side. You're going to see a much more close-up look. And, you know, you get a chance to see the bottom. As you can tell, this is a Voyager class size figure. Very nice. And you will see the back side, which shows off his product shots. Now, on the screen, or I should say on the box, you'll say big screen inspired scale, detail, and backdrop. And on this side, it says Decepticon Shuttle Ambush. That is about it. Now, you do see the product shots here. I'm going to try and turn this way so you can actually see it. And see him, you know, holding up his blasters. You see him, you know, in vehicle mode, and you see the backdrop as well. So, not too bad. Now, I'm going to try and angle him so there isn't that ring light effect. And there we go. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get him opened up. All right, there he is, out of his box, on his stage, and armed to the teeth. And, wow. I have to say, this is a definite, extremely definite improvement from the Earthrise version of Ironhide. And holy cow, I mean, check out that close-up. Now on one side you see where he is very stoic, and on the other side you see where he is, you know, has that little smirk, that smile. Holy cow, man, that is such a great face sculpt. The helmet over him, it's as if he's like, you know, Ah, definitely your heavy hitter. Man, let's go ahead and zoom out just a bit. And wow, man. I mean, take a look at all that. His chest area, you can see the clear windshield on there. The Tempest, the stamped Autobot symbol, the silver eye outline, his crotch piece here, his legs, the detail on his shins. Very, very nice. And the thing about it is, and I think Hasbro learned from their mistake with the Earthrise version. They actually gave him feet that actually transformed to the back of the van. Holy cow! Of course, you do see where it kind of you do see some hints of the vehicle mode in the back of his legs. You do see his back. It's got it's not kind of flat or flushed, but still, it's very nice. I'm liking it. Now, of course, I do have my gripes about it, and I might as well address them now since they're staring you right in the face. And especially the hands. The hands, they could have done a full solid piece. Why they do this? They have it empty. That is ridiculous. It really is. So more than likely, and I know there is an upgrade set or gap filler set for this, more than likely I will be getting that. The same thing with the thighs. I will be getting that set for his thighs there. But holy cow. Also, they could have made this crotch piece just, almost segmented to where these would be, when he kicks up, it'll be only just the sides where his legs basically kick up will go up instead of the whole crotch piece. So, yeah. But holy cow, man. Before we go any further, let's go ahead, and I do want to show off the stage. And oh my god. Again, I do have to apologize for the ring light because it does blur that out a bit. And one thing that I noticed upon taking out the figure, they put a tape right along here, as you can see. I did make an attempt to do it, but in doing so, it did tear a little bit of the stage, so I just taped it back up. I didn't bother after that. I think they did it mostly because since they put this fall stage in the background, this back portion here was rubbing against the back there. So I understand the whole need for that, but still, they could have done it with at least tape that wouldn't rip the image on there. So I'm going to see if I can try and get it off, but you know what? I may as well just leave it on at this point. But enough of the stage. Let's go ahead and move on to the figure. Now, as you can see, he does have two accessories, and those are his blasters. Very, very definitely without the waffleness that I so love. Basically, it's the same design of the blasters that he used in the movie. So there he is right there. Now, let's go ahead and proceed with articulation. So his head is it is on a ball joint, so he can look up, he can look down, look. As you saw, he can do a 360 from right to left and left to right. So very, very nice. He can do a whimsical look like His arms are on a hinge, so it can turn 360, it can lift up, and it has this illusion that you see on there. That is so awesome there. Now, he does have upper bicep rotation. He can move his arm around 90 degrees. And I'm going to take off one of his blasters, which is so damn tight. Sorry about the little mess that happened a little while ago. So, continuing on, he does have wrist rotation, which is not really which is stiff, but it's not really tight. He does have waist rotation, and as I showed you earlier, he can kick up, but this also pretty much kicks up the whole, whole skirt here. He can kick up. He does have thigh rotation at the mid-thigh. He can kick up around 90 degrees. He's got his ankle, or I should say his foot can bend out like so. And he does have very limited, ankle tilt right there. So there he is. So not too bad at all. Now, for those that watch my videos, you're probably going to wonder, is he going to do the whole Kung Fu kick? Yes, I am. As you can see, he does do the Kung Fu kick. Very, very nice. Yep. He moves a little, he weebles, but he don't fall down. So, yes, there he is. As a matter of fact, let's try this. I'll lift up his leg just a bit more. Yeah. Let's see if we can get. Oh, yeah, right there. Very, very nice. All right. So, give me a moment to go ahead and clean up the setup here, and we'll proceed with transformation. All right, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. Now, there was something I did forget in the last segment, and that was, weapon storage. And there is weapon storage for him back here. So you can just be able to just hook them up like so. Of course, I'm trying to look back on the instructions. Yeah, they have them pointed up. Okay, no biggie. So there's a couple of tabs back here. You just put them like so. And you have them right there. So not too bad. Of course, it would help if they did not accidentally knock it out. But no biggie. I'm going to put these off to the side. Now we're going to go ahead and start with transformation. Now one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to move this front portion of his chest open. And we're going to flip open the top of the roof. At this point, we're going to put his head inside. And that's going to fold in nice. And of course, one thing, there's a couple of pieces here that form up the windows. So once that's done, we just push that in. And at this point, this back portion here, we're going to just flip down. And we're going to lift this portion up. Now, once that's done, we're just going to just twist that around. And we just snap that in there. Like so. Now, because this is on a type of rocker hinge, like that, they have the little pins here. That snaps in. You just push that in. And there you go. You got that portion done. Now at this point, all you gotta do is just flip this portion up, and I'm just going to, yeah, just push that, point that down like so. I'm going to push the hands down, and I'm going to just lift this up just a bit so you all can see, like that. Now at this point, we're going to do the same thing here, and just twist that around, sorry, and then just lift that up. And these will come together by the tabs here and the slots right there. And there you go. We just push the hands in, and there you go. That portion is done. Now at this point, all we gotta do is just slide that in. And at this point, just lift this portion here, lift that up, and then there is this portion that you just open up like so. And we just tab that in. Now we're going to do the same on the other side for those that didn't see it the first time. Like that. And now just make sure all this is just tabbed in nicely. Once this portion is tabbed in, just going to snap that in, and there you go. Now, so far, so good. Now, at this point, all we are going to do is just make sure that the legs are kind of just tabbed together. As you can tell, there's a couple of tabs here and there and notches. Now, at this point, we're just going to lift these two right here. And now, we're going to go ahead and lift this portion up. We're going to take this side window here, and all we're going to do is just put that together. Now, we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to lift this back portion in, we're going to do that, and we're going to just put all that together. And ta-da. Alrighty, all we gotta do is just snap all this together, and then take this back portion here and just snap that. Do the same on the other side. And you all are probably wondering, what are we gonna do with this weapons in vehicle mode? Now, as you can tell, you got these two snaps here, which just did not go in properly. There we go, like that. That's better. Well, almost. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so... So, like I was about to say earlier, you can probably put them up here, but this is mostly for the light bar that Ratchet will have when they put out his Studio Series version. But just like before, there's a couple of tabs here and here you can put these weapons on, and these will make like exhausts in vehicle mode. And ta-da! There is Ratchet in vehicle mode, and I have to say I like it. I like it a lot. The only thing that I do have a gripe about is that a lot of pieces just do not seem to want to go flush. There's a lot of paneling on this. All this here, I think it could have been done better if it was on the inside. But again, this is just my take. And I do recall seeing some repo labels on Toy Hacks that will cover up this and probably give that line, and probably put a darker back window here. So I'm looking forward to it, honestly. But yeah, this isn't too bad. I really like this Vanette mode. Very, very nice. All right. So it's rare that I actually do this, but we're going to go ahead and do a transformation from vehicle to robot. So it's pretty much the same. We're going to take out the weapons. And now we're going to just unhook this. We're going to put the windows, put the windows down, and then put these portions, sorry, for those that didn't see it, once we lowered the roof portion back here, we're going to put the windows down, the side windows anyway, and put this back area here. This will make up his feet, like so. Now once that's done, we're going to put his shins like that. Very, very easy. Now at this point, we are going to try and detach this section. This section from vehicle to robot is very, very, not difficult, but it's a pain in the rear sometimes. So we're going to take the hands out like that, and we are going to go ahead and there we go. If we can get one of the hands down, we might be able to get one portion, or at least one side, off. Ooh, yes. This is spooky. There we go. Oh, God. Now, because of the way this is all in clear blue plastic, that is such a scary portion. So please be mindful. So once that's done, we just flip that down. We're going to go ahead and just snap that back in there. We're going to do the same on the other side. And we're just going to snap that back in. There we go. All right. And the legs are done. Yay. Alright, so now we're just going to take this portion here. I'm going to zoom up just a bit so y'all can see. And we're going to just twist this around. And take this portion. I'm going to take these arms apart. Like so. And there we go. There are his arms. Now, at this point, we just lift this front portion. We're going to take these ends here, fold that in again. I'm going to take his head, point that out, fold this in, and okay. Ooh. There we go. Snap that back in there. And now we're just going to go ahead and just tap that back in. Alrighty. Do I have it? Do I have it? Yes, yes I do. I have him all transformed. Oh, and unpegged the legs. So he's not in a regular position there. Then of course we just go ahead and put his weapons in his hands. Now depending on which hand you put which weapon, sometimes it'll be tight, other times it'll fit in there very, very nicely. So yes, I am so liking this. And let's just make sure this is on there correctly. Yeah, there we go. It's like he's doing the shootout at the OK Corral. Oh man, this is really awesome. I'm really liking this. And there are certain areas that really give me pause, but just be mindful because a lot of parts on them are clear plastic, and just so far I haven't seen any stress marks, and more than likely I'm not going to be transforming him back and forth anytime soon. So unless I am shooting a vehicle landscape where they're all on the road and whatnot, okay, I'll probably have him transform. But other than that, this is the mode he's going to stay in. But if nothing else, let me go ahead. I'm going to bring out a couple of figures, do a couple of size comparisons, and then after that, we'll proceed with my final thoughts as well as my score. All right, and as you can see, he is next to, next to the main band. Let's face it, Ironhide is Optimus Prime's right hand. So there he is, fighting side by side with his glorious leader. And this is a pretty good setup. I'm really liking this. So very, very nice. Now, of course, this is the Earthrise Optimus, but this is wow. I'd be interested. It'd be interesting if they do a Studio Series 86 version of Optimus Prime. So, we'll see how that's going to play out. But nonetheless, let me go ahead, take the big bot out of there, and I'll come back with my final thoughts as well as my score. All right, thank you for waiting. I appreciate your patience. Now, as I stated earlier, I did see him at my local Target. As a matter of fact, there were two of them. I just picked up the one which the box was not exactly as bent. I think when they opened up the case, whoever opened it up just pretty much cut too deep. But you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to gripe on it. But I did gripe on it. Oh well. Anyway, now my thoughts on the figure. Now, during the course of the video, as you saw, there were some areas that basically, like I stated before, gave me a lot of pause here. During the transformation process, it kind of annoyed me that certain areas, had a lot of folding areas. There was a lot of paneling, especially in vehicle mode. There were areas that basically could have been put inside, but again, we all say it is what it is, but still, it does give us a lot of pause. The fact that most of the parts, the clear plastic parts that were painted over, it's great and everything, but the only problem is when you're trying to transform it back from robot to vehicle mode, I definitely recommend be very gentle. Don't force it, because that will lead to stress marks, that will lead to breakage. And as you saw earlier, I did have some issues. So just be mindful. But I have to say, In addition to that, the gappage here, especially for the hands, this should have been a solid piece. But again, there are third parties that have gap fillers. I did see them on TF Safari, so I may look into investing that along with the legs. And of course, the let me see here. Oh yes, 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 yes. The the lack of it staying flushed really. That was something else that was not to my liking. You know, it was just like really. But as I stated before, it is what it is. But let me see. I hope I'm not forgetting anything else. Oh yes, yes, yes. I did mention this earlier. If honestly, if they had gone ahead and made this into 3 pieces, so that this portion would stay flushed, and these would lift up whenever the legs kick up, that would be great. I wouldn't complain as much, but unfortunately, that's what we have now. So again, not really what I liked, but there it is. So as I stated earlier, I did pick this up at my local Target, so they are out in the wild. But nonetheless, if I had to put a score on this, from a scale of 1 through 10, I'm going to go ahead and give them an 8. Yeah, and again, it's mostly for the issues I basically mentioned. But that's my take on the figure. I want to hear from you. Were you able to find this one? Did you pre-order them, and did you get them yet? Or did you find them out in the wild like I did? And if so, do you like them? Do you hate them? Leave me your response, your comment about them in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Click onto the bell icon so you can be notified when I post up new videos. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching my videos, for liking them, for joining my channel, for leaving a comment on occasion. I really like it. I didn't think that, especially after over 5 years of me doing this, that, I would still be doing it. I was close a couple of times to just saying, to hell with it. But let's face it, I love this franchise a lot. When I first discovered it back in 1984, because at the time, my whole world revolved around Star Wars. Before that, it was Star Trek. Now it's Transformers. So, it's not to say that, I haven't shown off any Star Wars or Star Trek merchandise in the past, but this is always going to be with me for the longest time. So, I'm glad to be able to show this off. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.